Beth Shirley, tribute speech, You Are My Sunshine.
20 years ago, there was a little girl with big brown eyes and long brown hair who was scared of almost everything, even though she didn't act like it, had a very bad attitude, and when provoked, a mouth that can make you even a sailor blush. Now picture a woman completely opposite of the little girl I described. And so full of love and so full of gratitude, there was a wonder she could even hold it all. And a heart so on fire for God that she couldn't help but scorch everyone that was lucky enough to meet her. That little girl, of course, was me, and that woman was my sunshine Mimo, Alpha Marie Weeks. With a lot of patience and even more love, she taught me to be a better person, someone that is loving, forgiving, and God-fearing. Her life was my example as well as my motivation. I wanted to be just like her and have the sunshine she had in her heart. She is the reason I am the woman I am today. When I was little, being angry was a regular occurrence for me. When things didn't go my way or according to my plan, you were going to know it, even if it wasn't your fault. But heaven help you if you was, because I could hold a grudge like no other. If I felt like you had wronged me in any way, you were going to pay. The cold shoulder, or just being plain mean, or squashing any attempt at reconciliation. And even though I was bullheaded and had a deficiency in compassion, I could not ignore how my Mimo never felt the way that I did, nor acted the way that I did. It didn't matter how you had wronged her, how you had hurt her, how you had deceived her. She was always welcoming you with open arms and accept your apology without hesitation. It was always welcomed with a big hug, a sweet kiss, and a twinkle in her eye that let you know that whatever you had done to hurt her, she had already forgotten it. This made a huge impact on me. I saw the love in her eyes and the peace in her heart, and I wanted to have the same for myself. I wanted to be like her. I just didn't know how she could always do it. That question always ran through my mind when I was in one of my little tirades. How could she have enough courage to swallow her pride and let bygones be bygones? How could she forgive so easily when she'd been hurt so bad? How could she let go of her heart being broken into a million pieces and being stepped on a million times? I used to ask her these questions all the time, and she was always willing to give me the answer. 2 words were the solution: unconditional love. She would always tell me, if you have love in your heart, you can't help but to forgive. When she said that, I knew that the grudges that I held shouldn't have a place in my heart, or taking up space where love should be. It was as easy as that, and she made it look that easy, even though we all know it isn't. But what was the key to having a heart filled with love instead of hatred? The answer to that question was her favorite of all, and is just as matter of fact as the ones before. As long as you love the Lord Jesus, and you walk with Him, and you trust Him, and you pray, and you ask His will be done, everything will fall into place. You won't help but be able to love and forgive. It will just come naturally. Whenever she would tell me that, I would always have an aha moment. That's how she did it. That's how she always was, full of grace and full of kindness. God was the key ingredient. He was what made her the way she is. And because of that, I believe that was the most important thing she ever taught me. If I have Him, I could be like her. I could forgive without hesitation, and I could love without boundaries, if I'm willing. Now fast forward 20 years into the future from where I was when I was that little girl. I still struggle with the art of forgiveness and unconditional love, but I believe I'm light years away from where I used to be. Some of that, of course, comes from maturity, but I like to give a lot of the honor of my transformation to my Mimo. It is because of her I was able to see a living, breathing example of God and His infinite love instead of just someone they talk about in the storybooks. In a child's eyes, she made Him real, and that made a huge impression on me. and it's God who provides the light in our lives. And I'm happy and I'm proud to say that I now have some of that sunshine that she was so happy to share with me.
Crap, battery ran out.